yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sexual Wild, a.k.a. Bird, and I am the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. You know what I'm saying? Golden and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
I keep telling you that's the residuals of good water and minding your business. Young folks, take a lesson.
Take lessons. Please listen to it. You know what I'm saying? If you see the product, so please you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Today in the cage, very special guest. We've been trying to get this guy for forever.
What episode is this?
This is episode 29.
And we were trying to get him on for
29.
27.
Yeah, 27 episodes. You know what I'm saying? But he's finally here in the cage. My guy, I call him AP. My man, Pritchett. You know what I'm saying?
What's up,
yo,
baby?
man.
Say
what's up to the people real quick.
What's going on, y'all? I'm finally here.
He's finally
here.
Journey, but you know,
we're happy to have him. I call him AJ, you know, little cousin or whatever. Before we get started on all that, congratulations on the nuptials.
Yes,
proud of you.
Congrats.
Proud of you.
Definitely big step right there. Yeah. Definitely congrats, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's going to tell his story a little bit in a minute. What we're going to be getting into today, for those of you that don't know, not only has he been coaching all over the place, and I'll let him explain that, but he also has his own personal training situation with A1 basketball, and we'll get into all that as well. So today, I just wanted to bring him on. Since he's been on both sides of the fence, he's been a coach, and he's training as well, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going to bring up that old coaches versus trainers situation, you know what I'm saying? And talk about that a little bit, and you know, our parents out there, and you know, student athletes, things of that nature, even coaches. You're looking to send your players to a reputable trainer, yes, that you can actually trust, and trust that your kids will get better. You know what I'm saying? Definitely A1 basketball is something which you need to think about. But before we even get into all that, man, why don't you just tell about your background, you know what I'm saying, for those that don't know.
All right, Pritchett is my full name. Played in high school, accolades at that level. Played in college, accolades at that level. Had a contract to play in Sweden, and I played in the ABA. After I was done playing, walked away from the game, came back to the game, and started my A1 basketball program. Then I earned the opportunity to coach in the NBA with the Sixers for 2 years. From there, I still was growing out the program, went and coached in college. And throughout the last 7-8 years, I helped over 100-something players get to the next level, regardless if that's college, Division I, 3, 2, NBA, overseas, etc. That's just the the program and the brand I stand on. You know, from my personal experience, I more so seen a fit to be able to help and educate these players through the journey. You know, from top to bottom.
That's what's up. And you know, he helped one of my guys get into Lincoln. You know, my man Tyrese, he was a big part of that whole recruiting process and all that. And again, I thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just don't bring anybody on here. You know what I'm saying? We bring somebody with super experience. You know what I'm saying?
Little knowledge.
The whole. I mean, come on, you coach with the Sixers.
Yeah, little swag. You know, swag is a requirement.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that. The BYRDCAGE. You know what I'm saying? You can't be swagless.
Oh yeah. Look, real quick. What he didn't tell y'all is this.
I try to leave that
What he didn't tell y'all is this. So when AP walked away from his overseas contract in the ABA, he decides, I want to be a fashion designer. Now, I'm going to find a picture so we can post on his jacket, his gear, a dress. He done made quite a few things for me. He designs, he sews, he knocks it all out. So he's well versatile. Not only is he an athlete, he's talented.
I mean, that's what life's supposed to be about, though. Right?
Yeah,
You tapping a little bit of everything.
True.
Don't be one-dimensional.
True. All my young guys out there, hope you're paying attention and listening. Don't be one-dimensional. Yeah. Well-roundedness is key. You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
if you're in high school, right? You want to be able to tap into them drama clubs, them art clubs, yearbook club. Like, that looks great on your resume. You know, the more you have on your resume when you go into a door, the more a person says, you know what, that person's highly valuable. Right. It's always upping your value with everything you do in life.
That's true. So that's very true.
That's always been something that my mom, my grandfather instilled in me. Okay. Don't be ashamed to try anything. You know what I mean? They put me in every sport. I done played hockey. I done played, you know what I mean? My better sports is football, basketball, baseball, but I done did everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and I carry that to this day in life.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's up.
So you say you learn something new every day.
Every day.
He was actually gonna make my dress for my 50th, but I decided to go basic.
Okay, the bait.
Yeah,
That was
She about to pull out the pencils
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna get some
basic.
custom.
The
the
blue
secret.
sequin
No, the secret.
with the fire and
yeah,
the head.
that was basically the other one was basic. But I was gonna let him do a little something.
Basic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's let our viewers know just specifically about your coaching experience, like the squad you coached for and all that. I know you touched on the Sixers, but
when I was with the Sixers, I was there the year when we first drafted Joel Embiid.
Okay.
What happened was I was hands on at the time called they weren't the Delaware Blue Coats now.
Mm-hmm.
We were called the 87ers. I was there as a player development coach, where I handled a lot of analytics and personal projects with those guys trying to make the transition from the G League now, but D League then. Make that transition from the D League to the NBA. So if I got assigned to a guy, it was my job to make sure they got their reps in, understand what the film was, because it's what people don't understand is organizations are looking for specific things for you to be tolerable and be good at.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna enhance all those assets to your abilities to be able to get a call up.
Right.
And that was there. Once I got done that, I had an opportunity to coach with my guy Doug Overton at Lincoln University.
Shout out to Doug.
Yeah, big shout out to Doug. And realistically, I'm not even going to lie to you. I met Doug through a friend, right?
Okay.
We were just talking, whatever. And he was like, man, you sharp. You really know the game. You should come on my staff and coach. I need another.
Right.
And I said, nah, Doug, I'm cool. This is when I was still in the middle of training. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I think I'm going to do this.
Right.
But he like, dude, you can use. So I was like, you know what? If this is going to be the time, I'm still young, no kids, let me jump in. And I did. It was a great experience. He gave me the opportunity and the experience to just coach and actually see how to control a practice, right? Like most coaches never get that experience to be in a college practice. A head coach is letting you run practice, letting you do the scouts. Like that's unheard of. So that experience in itself allowed me to sharpen my tools and become greater at what it is I do.
Okay.
Yep. So I loved it.
And on the flip side, the training aspect.
Right.
This is something you've been doing all along, like.
So I fell back in love with the game. How can I put this? It was a situation in the fashion industry where I had a movie deal where I was supposed to be a part of the set, and I said I don't love this. So I'm like I can't. This is not me, right? So I stopped doing it. It was a kid from where I went to high school who needed some work. His uncle reached out to me like, yo, think you work with my nephew on some different stuff. So I started doing it, and I just fell in love with the process of like, yo, I wish somebody was personally hands-on with me through this journey.
Right.
And from that one client, it just grew. You know what I'm saying? And I still, to this day, I always let the uncle and that kid know, like, it's always going to be cherishable to me because it's like you gave me another purpose in life when I thought basketball was over. You know what I mean? From just being a personal player, I didn't see myself getting into coaching.
High school? What high school did you go to?
Woodbury High School. I went to Woodbury. My mom sent me to Woodbury High School. She wanted me to get out of the situation where I'm from Camden, and it was, for me, it was beautiful.
Now, what year did you come out of that?
06.
06.
Okay. I always say that was the dying years of the 2000s, right? People have a different argument about that, but I think that year we had a lot of studs go Division I football and basketball both. So it was just real competitive then. You know what I mean? Real competitive.
I think on a different note, I think Woodbury's in the football their championship game.
Yes.
That's what's up. And Lionel Payne.
Yeah, Coach.
He
Payne.
just got the Woodbury gig, basketball gig. That's what's up.
College.
So my college experience is, what people don't know is I committed to Liberty coming out of high school.
Okay.
Right, and me and my mom, single mom at the time, didn't know much about the recruiting process. Didn't have the NCAA clearinghouse filled out. I didn't have whatever it was, so I had nothing, right? And the best option was just like, you're still going to school.
Right.
Ended up going to Camden County, straight out of high school. Went there, JUCO All-American, scored over 900 points in 2 years, ranked 16th in the nation as a junior college player, and ended up committing to go to Maine now.
Okay.
So I got recruited from Camden County to go to Maine. Stepfather passes away, right? So I stay home and go to Rowan, finish that Rowan, and that was my college career.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my college career.
But you don't just say that was. You did well at Rowan. Like,
it's
like you're like the Burger King or something down in Glassboro or something. Like you're like a restaurant or something on the wall or something. Like Applebee's or something. Like you.
I had a real solid career at Rowan. Like I'm not. It wasn't. As much as I downplay it, people always get mad at me for that. it was a great experience. You know,
Yeah,
I still was able, and I was blessed to be able to go there. And the NJAC's not an easy conference.
I played in the NJAC, so I
NJAC is
know
not. It's
firsthand.
definitely not
But
easy.
again, I say all the time, and I say to parents out here, it ain't where you play, it's how you play. He still had an opportunity to get a contract to go overseas. He still had an opportunity to play the ABA. So it's not where you play, it's how you play. In some circumstances and situations, put you in a situation, like he stayed home with his mom, so he went to rowing. He helped, it was a family situation, but he still got an opportunity to play. You know, Coach Bird got a little trouble. So he had to come to Rutgers Camden. But now he in Rutgers Camden Hall of Fame. So, but he still ain't where you play is how you play. So just know, all roads don't have to go through D1 to get you to that end result. You can go other places and still produce and be productive. You know, you just gotta work on your skill set and be stern in what your outcome is. Like what you want your outcome to
I
be.
think what me and Coach Bird was talking about before we started rolling and shooting was most of these parents and kids chase the idea of playing at that highest level, right? Opposed to just wanting to be better. Like my drive was I wanted to be the best version of a basketball player I could be, right? We talk about that Kobe syndrome, and a lot of people really don't know what that means. My mom would tell you she'd wake me up 5:15 when I was in college to make sure I wouldn't rain. Like and this is when I was at Camden County.
Right.
Like I'm at Camden County, and God bless her soul, her name is Terry. I love her to death. She would make sure the gym was open for me. And she'll let me in the weight room. She'll let the courts down so I can get my shots up. Right. I'm talking. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. She's an athletic trainer. And she didn't have to do that. What I'm saying is, even though I committed Division I, come out of high school, didn't go playing, wasn't in the deck of cards, I still went there, and I manipulated that situation to work for me. So many people don't understand, like, it's just a drive. You just gotta want it.
But it's an opportunity. Because even though it wasn't the opportunity you thought it should have been, it was an opportunity. And it still got your foot in the door, and you still was able to be productive, and look where you are now.
And as we always say, all we gotta do is get our foot in and kicking it down.
Listen, I told somebody yesterday, 2 days ago, I said, listen, I just need a toe in the door.
That's it.
You let my toe get through the door, it's a wrap. Because I'm going to figure it out. You know what I mean? And that whole fake it till you make it or whatever, it's not even about that. It's about development. I'm going to develop myself or make sure I'm doing the work to develop myself and getting the knowledge, right? And working on your craft, you know, trying to figure it out.
Definitely. Now let's touch on this coaches versus trainers situation. Why do you think? Let me ask you this: why do you think it's a problem at times between coaches and trainers? Like why? Because I think specific sports specific training, I think is great. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps me out. You know what I'm saying? It helps my job out as a coach. If I got my players with the right trainer, because now they're coming to me more developed, you know what I'm saying, and things like that.
I think for me, I've never personally experienced a bad relationship with a coach, right? Because more so what I do, especially in the beginning stages of me growing this brand, I would go to the coach, right? I would literally go to the coach and say, hey, this is who I am. I started working with your player. What are your expectations of this player? What do you think they need to get better at? And what direction do you feel we need to go in to make all this come together? I give it back to you now. I more so work underneath what your vision is. So what is your style of offense? I'm not going to go against whatever that is. And I've done that numerous of times across the board. And that's why I always said I'm not really a trainer. I'm a player development coach.
Gotcha.
Being as though I coached and I can develop, I'm a player development coach. I'm not a trainer. Trainers to me is a bunch of guys that's teaching only skill, stuff that's not going to apply to an offense.
Gotcha.
It's not going to make any sense longevity, you know. So I don't have that issue. But however, the beef is when you have, again, what we just described as a trainer, you just what are you doing? It's random work. It's nothing is productive enough for you to say that kid got better at this. I can market that to another university, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm always big on that. If you can't show me the proof of you getting better from point A to B, what are you working on then? And I think that's the problem in the beef between a coach and a trainer, right? Listen, I don't think they personally knock against the business, but what we do knock is, yo, you're not helping that kid.
You're not getting better.
Nah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn sure ain't gonna help my program.
Ain't gonna help what you're doing.
My thing is, do you believe that that a trainer should have a conversation with a coach?
Absolutely. I absolutely believe you should have that conversation. If you're thorough at what you do, it's like getting a car, but you don't talk to the owner of the car.
Right.
This player is gonna be around that coach more than he's going to be around you, because you might train 2-3 times a week for an hour, 2 hours. But this coach has you for the next 4 years of high school, next 4 years of college, whatever it is. So you want to build that relationship. So now it's like, one, it works better because now coaches will say, nah, go train with A1. I get referrals from coaches all the time. Be it college or high school, I get it all the time. However, but if I'm gonna have this kid, it takes a village to raise. Right? I can't say, oh, I'm working on this and then just send you back. Now everything we just worked on ain't going to
translate.
So, to all our coaches out there watching, build a relationship with your athlete's trainer. Or, you know what I mean? And parents. Make sure your trainer has a relationship with your child's coach. At least let your coach know who your child's training with. I think that would be like, I have him going to such and such. And the coach may say to you, parents, nah, don't send him to him. Send him to him because he knows my scheme of play. Like he knows how we run. So like I would rather him go to him. You know what I mean? So
I had a situation where I said I never had this problem because we talked about it earlier. My double SAC, right? I was training a player. She was new. She literally was playing in a post. Right? She was a post player before she came to me. She was playing AU for an organization. I went to go watch one of the games. I sit back and I observe. I'm not one of them people yelling from the side. So I'm watching. She doesn't know. The coach doesn't know who I am.
Gotcha.
But she's talking about the player because of me, supposedly. Oh, she's working with this trainer. Who the hell is this trainer? That's how she's talking. So I said, I did the professional thing. Hey, I'm such and such. I just started working with X, Y, and Z. What are your expectations? I'm not going to argue with you. What are your expectations? Well, no. I said, no, I heard what you said. It's cool. Like, you just swallow that. You can take it. I looked at her. I said, listen, I guarantee she'll be a Division I player. And walked away from her. 2 years later, she had 10 offers. 10 offers. But but I could have been, oh, no. Listen, what do you think she needs to get better? And so, and help me. So I can help you.
Help me so I can help you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's how
I think communication, being on the coach side of it, I think that's the biggest key. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think that trainers help you as a coach.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
If you got to spend most of your coaching time working on fundamentals, it blows the whole practice. And as a coach of females, so many moments are spent just trying to work on the fundamentals that practice is like almost shot.
I think what the players don't realize too in families is, you hear this all the time, oh, well, the season's about to start, we'll see you after the season for training and whatnot. I said at the highest level, you go to practice and you still work on your individual skills. Right. We have team practice, team group training, and then you have individuals, all three. That's what makes a successful program, and you can identify that player came here as this, they got better when they walked away. So that idea, okay, you're working on fundamentals, that's a team setting. What are you about your personal fundamentals? You still have to continue to get better. You still have, I just had a group of kids, got some pretty talented kids in there that, I said, listen, my goal is for you to get through your high school season, right? We work from this time to this time. This is what my expectations are. By the time we come in for AAU season, you should be a completely different player. If you do not become that, I'm not accountable for that because I explained to you what you needed to do. Right. The double SAC, standard, structure, accountability, consistency. You give me that, everything else is good. Because I'm going to give you the standard that's going to be here. But show you the structure to make sure you follow that. Now, when you're not doing that, you got to be accountable for it. Now, just be consistent and continue doing that. Simple. It's real simple. It's not, everybody, what's the formula? How do you, it's no real secret. It's no, I just make sure you tap in.
So, parents, when you're looking for a trainer, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you do your research. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask those questions.
We always say that about trainers.
Talk to
do
the
your
trainer.
research. But also, too, as a mother of girls, you have to find someone that your female is comfortable with. Let's be clear, because a lot of trainers are males. So just assure that in this world, the way things are right now, that you as a parent are comfortable with the trainer and your child is comfortable with the trainer, and make sure there's an open dialogue, of trust and honesty, because, we are in a weird world right now. Right? So
It's spooky. I can't. Oh my goodness.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
That's and I would say on to your point, cuz is You want to do your research and don't just go off of the hype because this person worked with that person. Right. For me, the reason why I don't talk about me coaching in the NBA and coaching in college, and to me that shouldn't be really the selling point.
Right.
Like, don't look at that. Right. You look at, was I able to adapt to every kid that came into a gym with me and help them personally, individually get better?
Right.
Because I trained this person that was that, don't mean that's going to work for your kid. Do I have the ability to look at your kid and say, this is what your game is going to be and help you get to your full potential?
Right.
Like, and I feel like so many people get caught up in the hype. Oh, they train at X, Y, and Z. Let me go. Like, no, it's not. It's not about that. Right. And it's the same thing with these AAU organizations. Oh, such and such played here. That don't mean it's compatible for you. It doesn't mean that's going to work for you. So you want to look at your child, understand what they are, and understand how can X, Y, and Z really help them become what they are, opposed to, oh yeah, that's right.
Such and such.
No, that don't mean it. That don't mean anything.
True.
And I done trade some of the best, and that don't mean anything.
Right. Because some athletes just got a little bit more God-given ability. You know what I'm saying? So, whereas you're looking at this guy because he's big name, he might go to the pros or whatever. But your little Johnny. Nah, his end goal might be just get you a scholarship or something. You know what I'm saying?
All I care about is just a kid want to get better. You give me a kid that want to get better, we're going to make magic happen.
Yeah, I like that. You said you were a player development. Not necessarily the trainer. Player development. You know what I'm saying?
Because every kid, like, so for me, I wasn't a 6 foot guard. I can't have a big guard game. Like, show me what's going to work for my skill set and talk to me and tell me this is how I need to apply it. If you're teaching the same thing you teaching Johnny, but Johnny is this, that ain't going to work for me. But that's why, for me, with my company and my brand, it's Elite Fundamentals. If you ever come in the gym, you'll see it says A1 Basketball Elite Fundamentals.
All right. So since you said that, you've mentioned this numerous times, your company, your brand. Let's discuss that real quick. What is the name of your company?
A1 Basketball Fitness.
And exactly what is it that you do?
As far as in which sense, because it's a holistic approach to just being a successful basketball player.
Okay, so it's player development.
It's player development. It's skill development. It's we watch film. I help with recruiting services. Like I more so really iron out a blueprint on how you can be successful at this level. It's kids that come in the gym and I tell parents, here's your money back. You're not serious about it.
And listen, he ain't lying because my grandbaby is very athletic. She's very lazy. Now, not to mention, we family. He said, yo, cuz, this was literally 2 years ago. Yo, cuz, I don't know if this is for her. I don't know if this is what she want to do. I said, AP, this is what she want to do. I said, because she came to me with this. I said, but just trust the process. Let me tell you why I said trust the process. Let me tell you why I said trust the process. Because I didn't touch a basketball until I was in 8th grade. And I keep telling people, it takes little girls some time to figure out what the not every girl jumps off the bench and she's athletic. She done grew real quick. So I'm telling you, he honest. Because he told me, he said, cuz this might not be what you want. He said it. I said, you right. We're going to figure this out.
We're going to figure it out.
So,
the thing to that is, again, with the brand A1 Basketball, the way the logo looks, everything is very specific. I'm a specific, detailed person. If you walk in the gym with me and you walk out and you feel unsatisfied with the results of what you're getting, it's going to fall back on me. So before it ever gets to that, I'm going to say, listen, they're not buying into my philosophy or my process for me to really help them through. And I'm not for everybody because, again, if you can't follow that standard structure, accountability, consistency, this ain't going to work for you.
But I'm going to say in the 2 years, he noticed how Bree is.
Okay.
So it ain't even about
right.
She's just Bree.
Right.
he done figured it out. She's just Bree. Listen, but I'm gonna keep it 100. He's gonna tell you the truth about your kid. He's gonna look at your kid. The first practice, he's gonna assess your kid. He might give you. You might go to him maybe four sessions, 2 weeks, and he gonna sit you down and let you know if this is it, or you might want to save your money and just put it in a savings account for college. And I respect that.
Listen,
I respect that.
You know how many people say, you know what, never nobody's ever. I
Right.
went to X, Y, and Z. I didn't
Right,
went
right,
to here.
right, right,
You the first person that ever said that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one, I don't like stealing from nobody.
Right.
Right, and then
Right.
two, it's like it's kind of emotional abuse
Right.
if you're forcing the kid to do something
Right,
they don't want to do.
really wanna
I don't
do.
want to be a part of that.
Right.
You know, but they might have another talent somewhere else that's just
Right.
blocking their blessing by being
By
here
being
with me,
here, right.
and they might be a track star.
Right.
I done told people, I said, yo, go run track. You fast, but you can't get none of this.
Right.
You should go run
But you
track because
fast.
it's easier, it's more natural. You can go to school off of it. And I feel like that's what these kids need is
Right.
pure
Nah,
honesty.
true.
Pure honesty.
I really.
Well, we don't do
I
track
agree.
no more in our family because it's a long
I know.
season. I done had a bunch of All-American Conference, all of that in track is long. We want in and out. You know? I want to come for my 2 hours in the gym. I want to go. I don't want to sit there for 8 hours and you only run 2 events.
Right.
And it avoids,
Yeah,
the
that's it.
clout and the hype too.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you
Yeah.
see, so we were talking about that the internet sensation of oh everybody want this because of Twitter
Right,
says
because,
that.
yep,
Like
yep,
you didn't even earn none of that.
Yep.
You didn't earn
And
none
it's
of
a
that.
shame because, you know, people put so much into the social media as in what they see.
Right.
Because a lot of times the hype that you say is not even the truth.
But it's edited.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's
you're going,
actually
you're only going
edited.
to see
Like,
the best. You know what I mean?
Even when people put their personal posts up, it's edited,
edited, right.
because I fell victim to that. I'm up in age, right? I didn't know that there's filters. Like I didn't know because like I see people post stuff and I see them in person, be like, ooh. so wait. I go to basketball, like I see people do stuff, highlight tapes. I go to a game, I'm like, he's hard. Right, you know, so and that's all the way around. So
Yep.
I did. My kids like, what? That's edit. That's filtered. I didn't know. So people see social media and they want the edited version.
Right.
And life is not about edits. You got to go through it and get through it to become it, to come out on the other side.
Yep.
And it takes hard work.
That's funny. We got that in the gym. One of the Jones that says success, you just got to go through it.
Oh,
I just told that.
Yeah. And he told Bree that you're the sum of your training or something.
Yeah, it's some of your training. You're the sum of your training.
Okay.
So
You know
whatever
what I
amount
mean?
of time you put in, you can expect
Right.
results.
Yeah.
You get out what you put in, and it's crazy because we come from a microwave society right now. Everybody want to put it in, push 130,
Instant gratification.
boom.
What did I just tell you? The parent told me.
Yep.
The parent literally told.
Yep.
I came here.
Just talked about it.
Before I came here, I was working out with a Division I prospect. He said, "You know what I love about what you do? Your shit not microwave." He said, "It's not microwave. You are a home cooked meal. Every ingredient is measured out. Everything is cooked at the right temperature for the right duration of time, and that is substance in that."
Right.
But you know, also too, that goes back to the village, family values, and training. Like, you know, we didn't come from a microwave family.
Right. Yeah,
We
facts.
came from a hard work family. Ain't nobody give us nothing. Even the ones that was sitting on that dough, they didn't give us nothing.
Nah, we had to earn
You know what
that.
I mean? We had to earn that. So we,
had
you
to
know,
earn
and
that.
we come from the putting in the work.
Definitely.
And you know, it's so crazy. I'm gonna just bring this up real quick. The storm, the truck, whatever that storm was, we had a few months back, blew down Bree's court in the backyard. So the rim is bent. The rim is oval now. The rim is bent. So I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna get one actually concreted in because it's the portable one is done.
Right.
Her and her friends, she put it back up because I laid it down because I want to take it out from the trash.
Right.
She put it back up when I just left to come here. She's in the backyard shooting on the oval rim. She, because you know, when I was on vacation, the dogs was running around, so the yard's not clean up. So she swept. I'm watching her on the cameras. She swept the whole area so she can clear out the area. She pushed the court up. And she's shooting on an oval. I don't know how she's getting the ball to go through, but I learned.
She practiced for them boardwalk.
But listen, but I learned from shooting on a crate that if you can make it on anything other than so,
in a crate.
you know, I guess she just wants to prove that she really wants this, right?
That's what's up.
No microwave.
That's what it takes, though.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
That's what it takes. And if I could ever, you know, she family, and I tell her the truth.
Right.
You want it, you better prove.
We gotta put
Mom
that
and
work
grandma
in.
putting out
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Family, they still spending their money.
Right.
And see, my thing is, I don't train. I've never trained my children, only because apparently people talk to my kids and tell them whatever I was. I don't know what I was, but it puts a lot of pressure on him.
Gotcha.
So he'll tell you, I don't even stay for her training
Okay.
sessions.
Okay.
I go home or get in the car because when I'm in the gym,
Right.
she's like a bucket of nerves.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But when I'm not there,
She's-
she listens, she
right,
relaxes.
gotcha.
But when I'm there, she's a bucket of nerves. Like she just falls apart
Right,
because she
right.
wants to do everything perfect.
Right.
And like I try to tell her, life isn't perfect. You're gonna make some mistakes.
Right.
And I think a lot of these parents and the parents out here, I know we sitting here busting it up, but you parents need to understand your kids are gonna make mistakes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's not gonna be a pretty journey.
Right, and it's got to be. It's going to be a journey.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be some downs. It's going to be some ups. It's going to be some wins. It's going to be some losses. But through it all, they got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And if you put in the work and stay consistent,
What I tell my parents, most especially the ones that's over eager, and I say this respectfully, you can tell the parents are still attempting to live through their kid.
Right. Yeah,
You can
that's
tell
big.
the parent who hasn't made peace with the game or whatever sport that they play.
Right.
You can tell the parent who was never good.
Right.
Never even played, right?
Right.
So I always tell parents that just be mom,
Right.
be dad,
Right.
be grandma, be papa.
Right. Let me handle
I
this.
got it.
let me
You get what I'm
handle
saying?
the
Like,
development.
sometimes
part.
I have to police
Right.
this situation because
Right.
I don't want that relationship.
Right.
Like I care more about y'all relationship. I can be the bad guy. They can
Right.
cuss me out when they
Right.
get in the car.
Right.
It ain't gonna bother me. But
Right.
now we know we're getting somewhere. We're not. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
what I do? I
You
drop her
drop
off
her?
at the door.
Yeah.
Come over here. No, come over here.
Like,
She good. I'm out.
Come over here. Let's go.
You good? I'm out.
She gonna be long, but I'm not talking about homework. She can sit over
You know
there.
what I'm
Listen,
I'm big
bring
on
her,
that.
drop her off when you done. Bring it out. You know where we live.
That's
Listen, I
what's
don't have.
That's definitely what's up. Now, let me ask you this before we wrap this up. Since you've been on both sides of the fence, you know what I'm saying?
All three sides.
Yeah, actually,
All
all
three
three sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a preference? Like, do you like
Balling.
balling, coaching,
training.
like developing? Like, what's your?
So I definitely I'm gonna have to X out me as a player because I feel like that's a selfish thing. I'm a selfless person. Right? I care about purpose, serving God's purpose of giving and helping the next.
Gotcha.
Right. So we're gonna get that out. I honestly can't answer that question about if it's coaching or developing, right? Because for me, the way my heart is set up, I understand I'm here, right? I can go coach at this level, but then you get kids that's here, and there's a big gap of information that they're not privileged to.
Gotcha.
If I can be that person that can provide that information, I want to be that. I purposely want to be that person.
Gotcha.
But now you get parents and kids who don't value that,
Right.
who don't understand it, right? Who question art. Like, listen, like, okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm here. I can help you get there.
Right.
But so many people fight against the process and wanting the microwave stuff opposed to a good cooked meal. So I mean, I'm waiting for God to really honestly answer that for me because I really don't know. It's nerve wracking because I got one of my mentors. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He says this to me anytime we talk. I promise you, we just talked yesterday. What are you doing? You supposed to be going to coaching college or back in the NBA. What are you like? You're chasing around kids that don't really. You get what I'm saying? And I get it. I get it. But the way my heart's set up, I just care.
And not only that, we have to understand, because you did mention this. As much as we try to fight against it, you got to go with God's purpose, and God's purpose may be for you to help these kids and push them along.
Absolutely.
You know, for a long time, a lot of us didn't want to walk in God's purpose on our life, right? So, you know, if you put all things in perspective, the ultimate being is you got to walk in God's purpose for you. And this may be the purpose for you to develop kids and get them to the next level. You may not be a millionaire doing it, but understand this, you're going to have a million blessings, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way to look at it. Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
So, bro, let our viewers know about A1, where you're
break
located.
it down, where you're located, what you're doing, what your time is, Instagram, Facebook.
We got 2 facilities, one in Camden on Broadway and Viola. My other location is in Chalfont, Pennsylvania. The website is www.a1-basketball.com. Social media is @_A1basketball. Same thing with Twitter. And Facebook is facebook.com/A1basketball.
That's what's up.
Go on his webpage and you can see what he offered.
Yep.
Videos. You can see what he got going on. You can see how to register your kid, how you sign up your young adult, how to sign up your baby. I was just in the gym the other day and there's a little girl in there. She could possibly be about 6, 7. She looks amazing.
And she wants it too. Like just to touch on her, like that. What I say, she's so like locked in where she knows it coming and but again, she understood the standard. She understands the structure, accountability, and she's consistent with it. No matter who you are, if you just follow that in life, period.
Right.
If you just follow that in life, period, you're gonna be. And she stayed with it.
Right. It's so crazy because Bree asked me today. She was like, I go to school Monday and I'll figure out whether or not they're gonna allow me to play, but am I still gonna go to AJ on Tuesdays and Thursdays? And I said, once we figure out what your schedule is for basketball, then of course, absolutely, because she still needs that development. My grandbaby, unfortunately, got long arms and legs. And I watched her run the other day. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, I hate the way she runs. She has no.
I said, cuz she like a baby.
No, she's like, look. Arms. She like, oh, I'm like, what the? Hey, he said, relax. Because she went from a little something to a long, linky something. And I'm like, what is that? The stuff just swinging. So it's just funny because that was the first time I actually sat in the gym. I don't sit in the gym. I can't because I'm a yeller. And I think everybody wakes up in the morning and do 100 push-ups. Like, because, mind you, my brother was a Marine. So from the time I was in 8th grade, when he came back from boot camp, I'll never forget, he tapped my bed. And it was dark outside. I was like, yo, what's going on? So, is this fire drill?
Fire drill.
He was like, nah, we gonna go run. You want this? I want more. Mind you, we lived in Williamstown. You know where I lived at. We lived in Williamstown. Y'all know where I lived. I lived in Williamstown. Before Williamstown was developed. It wasn't no street lights.
I want what? Why you being weird?
He lacing up combat boots and got on camouflage pants, and I'm crying like, damn, why you like this? He was like, you want this? This what you said you want. So my thing
that's
is
that accountability piece that I speak on. It's like, if you tell me you want this,
then let's go.
Because I'm that way. If I say I want to do something, if y'all know me, if you see me doing anything other than what I'm supposed to be doing, you got all right. Yo, man, come on, straight up.
Right. And this, and that it's just funny because it's about accountability, holding yourself accountable, and wanting the best out of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to push yourself to the limit. You know what I mean? You never know what you can accomplish until you push yourself. Or you back yourself up in the corner.
You got to fight out of it.
Definitely. One of the things too, I like the fact that, you don't hide. Like you post the videos. Like I know some trainers and even coaches, they want to be close to gym. Can't nobody see what I'm doing because I don't want nobody to take my stuff.
It's a bigger purpose out here for these kids and some dads and moms who really don't know. Right. It's a kid that may not ever financially be able to afford to get to me or get in the gym with me. So the best I can offer is posting information for you to digest and work on it. You can have that. That's what it's for. You get what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I be feeling like people really don't be watching this stuff. To be honest, like, yo, that's a great drill. You probably should work on that. But you look at the views compared to some of these Instagram trainers, and I'm like, man, hey, what is stop? Like, you get what I'm saying? And it's not hate, but it's just longevity. Like, it's just different. It's different, man. But I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all having me here.
Hey, I appreciate you finally getting here.
Finally.
Ooh, he squoze us in.
Yeah. What's gonna be his word today?
Squoze us in. I gotta ask the teacher.
That's gonna be a word today. We're making it a word. In the birdcage,
it's squoze.
We got our own dictionary down here. You know what I'm saying?
Stuff hit different down in the birdcage.
Appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
I love you.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm thankful to the wife for still allowing you to train and do what you do, because we need you out here. In this athletic world.
That's what great to say. You got any shout outs or anything?
To the wife, like, that's what's up. A person understand you and let you be you, and y'all can help each other grow. It's the best combination. Period. Like,
that's what's up.
That's the only shout out you got. Because I know somebody is like your biggest fan.
My mom.
Oh, yes. Yes, Lord.
What's up, Mom?
Hey, Mom. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Hey, Cousin Liz.
That's definitely what's up. You got anything before we get out of here?
Real quick. I don't know if I did it last episode. I just want to thank each and every person that showed up at the surprise party. My family gave me a surprise party. My daughters and apparently Coach Bird and a few other selected family members. It was amazing. It was the first time in a long time for me that I just could be me, and people appreciated having me in their life. I'm just going to take this opportunity to repeat something that I said that day, and we ain't going to cry.
We hold it together.
For all of those out here that's watching that know me, this last 30 years has been a long journey. It hasn't been easy loving me and caring for me. My trauma turned into anger, aggression, and sometimes just hate. For all of those that stood by me through it all, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. God willing, through his grace and mercy, I'll be here for another 40, 50 years. But I just appreciate all of you guys. Everybody that's ever stood by me, stood with me, stood behind me, held me up, held me down. Thank you. Thank you. He always want to cry.
You know what I'm saying? Like, turn this way a little bit. Like, you know, it's my allergies. It's my allergy season. Allergy season.
So I appreciate everybody. I'm thankful. I'm just thankful and I'm grateful. So.
You know we love you. We all, everybody love Cousin Tracy.
That's the thing with me. You either love me or you hate me. Ain't no in between with me. You either love me or you hate me.
No
and I'm cool with that.
At least I know where you stand.
Right, exactly.
I don't like the ones that
that
half in, half out.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, that's episode 29 in the books. You know gotta give a shout out to my nana. On the 27th of this month, she'll be 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
Look at God. Won't he do it?
Definitely got to give a shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good time. Can't do it real big like we wanted to because of the whole COVID thing.
Right.
We don't need her getting sick and all that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do a little something, but definitely an early birthday shout out to her. You know what I'm saying?
You people been asking for, and here it is. This is in episode 29. We are unveiling the shoe cam shot. You know what I'm saying? Because Cousin Tracy always got that fire on her feet. You know what I'm saying? So what we working with here, Cousin?
New Balances.
Okay.
Multi-colors. I'm a very color. I don't like bland colors.
Y'all see the drip. That shoe drip. You know what I'm saying?
Something they're very comfortable and like.
There it is. People, y'all wanted it. Cousin Tracy shoe cam.
Again, thank you. Cousin, thank you. You know I love you. You know what I'm saying? There is no birdcage without Cousin Tracy. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. On that note, episode 29, in the books. Once again, I'm such a liar, a.k.a. Bird, on the host of BYRDCAGE Show.
It was a stone groove, my man.